Hey, I'm Joel with CoreWare. We've got episode 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 coming at you right now. Ezra, are you there? I see a desk.
I am here. I am here, and you see my desk. I'll wave. Howdy, howdy. Now, Joel, first of all, let me tell you, it's Tuesday, and we've decided to start releasing updates for coreSTORE every other Tuesday. So I'm busy in the midst of writing up our what's new. We have tons of updates for coreSTORE. It's going to be super exciting. Definitely post the link to the what's new in this video, Joel. But I've got major important news to share, and this is why I interrupted my work. It is actually after midnight Eastern time, and this is breaking news. This happened today, and it's a bit disturbing. So, as you know, we have continual issues with security and items coming from China. And this just came out in the news. The FBI raided a Chinese point-of-sale giant, and the company is PAX Technology. And Joel, if you could, post the link to the article right below this video. This is important for any retailer to read.
Absolutely.
So who is PAX? PAX actually is a manufacturer of credit card terminals. They've got about 60 million credit card terminals in the United States, from what I understand. And apparently it was discovered that their terminals have malware on them. And they're responsible potentially, allegedly, for various cyber attacks on the US and Europe. Now, this is really upsetting to me because we ourselves have sold some PAX terminals in the past. I actually am not a fan of PAX. You might have heard me complain about this before. I'm not a fan of any terminal that's a dumb terminal. And one of the things I was going to show you, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes here, is what we consider not a dumb terminal. And I'm excited to show that, but it's really is disturbing hearing this news. And I want to let everyone know, any retailer watching this, look at your terminal device. If it is a PAX terminal, just contact us. We'll be glad to help you. If we sold it to you, we will replace it, period. We will figure out a way to replace it. We have inventory of our Clear 8500s and Clear 6200s. If you read through the article, you'll see the news is extremely unnerving, and I really am concerned about this one. So I don't know if every PAX unit is infected. It might be just based on certain models, certain years, but potentially it's led to the theft of roughly 100 million cards. Or I should say, actually, Joel, I'm skimming through this article, and it looks like malware overall has been responsible for stealing of cards. So we don't know exactly what the numbers are related to PAX, but they're definitely being investigated by the FBI. I think Department of Homeland Security is involved. Again, this is pretty upsetting news, and the good news is the Clear 8500s, Clear 6200s are manufactured in Canada, and some of them are manufactured in Malaysia. Equinox Payments, which is the actual manufacturer, the company, used to be known as Hypercom, is a US-based company. I feel very comfortable with our terminals, Joel.
Yeah, since I'm reading the article as well, since 2008, 200 million cards have just kind of floated out into the ether. So, yeah, this is kind of a big deal.
And that's in general. I think that's not just the PAX terminals,
Right.
but again, yeah. So I want to make sure we're not misleading, providing any misleading information. But in general, I've always disliked PAX. We can get into it at a later time. But
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of any of these terminals. They're tough to configure, they're expensive, and they don't do anything other than process a payment card. So I've got a lot of things to show you here. I'm going to try to make it very quick because we have all kinds of items to show off, and I think you'll get a kick out of all of them. And I guess, you know, we can just start with something that's a really neat device that I purchased. This is a Netgear Hotspot. And this hotspot, it's pretty cool because it's great. It works off battery. And I'm amazed at how long the battery lasts on this device, you know, which is really awesome. This device actually has a port for an Ethernet connection. So if you want to connect to it directly, if you've got a device that doesn't have Wi-Fi, you can just connect directly. You can also attach a little not a router, what they call a switch. So if you have more than one device that doesn't have Wi-Fi, you can actually just connect a little switch and then connect your multiple devices to that switch. This Netgear, I just put in my Google Fi SIM card. You can put in any SIM card. It'll show you over here. Actually, if I turn it around, you'll see it better, but it shows you exactly how much battery you have left in that nice green display. It shows you if you have signal, shows you how much data you've used. So it's a really nice device, very compact, and it's great if you're a retailer that does shows. This is just a phenomenal device that you can use. Now, actually over here, I got myself the first and most exciting little device that I've had in my hand in a while, which is the Clear 6200, and you'll see it runs off battery. Now, I will say the battery doesn't last as long as I wish it would. They're coming out with a bigger battery, but you can also attach a regular phone battery to it, right? And some of those are pretty small, so you know, if you don't want to connect it, maybe you're at a show and you don't have full power connection, you know, you're just at a table and you didn't order power, you can still get some of those phone batteries that pretty much will make this thing last all day long. Again, depending how much you use it, I've got banners running on it. So this is very much like our Clear 8500, right? But it has all of those features with the exception that it can't really show a video. So that's really the only exception of what this device can't do. Now you'll see it's extremely compact. The nice thing is I can dip a card right there. I can swipe a card. I can also use contactless. So if you've got Samsung Pay, if you've got Google Pay, if you've got Apple Pay, all of those options work with this tiny device. Not only that, we've got some amazing features coming out in this upcoming release, and all of those features are supported in the system other than being able to show a video. So what do I mean by all of the features? So I think the best thing to do is to demonstrate real quick how I process a transaction on this device. How does that sound, Joel?
Yeah, I want to know if it's as capable as the 8500, and I think that's probably what you're getting at, right?
Yeah, and we've added some features that I haven't shown yet that actually lend themselves really well to these devices. So we've talked before about the ability to do a survey, which we can do. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this on a nice little stand. I've got, guess what, a magnetic mount. Joel, I know you sometimes doubt whether I like mounts, but this is a nice one that I found.
No doubts.
No doubts, right?
None.
So I've got this little mount. I'll put it right over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and start a sale. All right, so we're going to ring up this transaction, and we're going to see exactly how this device works, which is pretty exciting. I've put it at an angle that I think the camera will show everything that we need to show, but keep in mind we're recording this from a camera, we're recording the screen, so sometimes the contrast on the screen is basically interfering. So let me go ahead and put in scan an item. So we'll scan a couple of items. So as I'm scanning the items, Joel, you'll actually see the items show up right on the screen. So this is acting as a customer display. And it's you can see it in the camera. It's pretty well focused at the moment. But again, every item that I add to the transaction, you'll actually see it adding right to our system here. So we have 3 items here, and I'll just go ahead and complete this transaction so you can see the entire process. So I'll choose credit card and I'll add a payment. And at this point, I'll say process the card. So once I hit process, you'll basically see the system's going to prompt me. Now, the neat thing is we have basically in this case, it's a waiver form, or maybe it's just a terms of agreement. Let's say you're selling someone a warranty, Joel. What you want to do is potentially have them read some information and then sign that particular document. You can do that all right on this little device, and you'll see here that it's asking me on whether I accept the terms or if I reject them. If I accept them, it's going to ask me for a signature. And again, I can use a stylus if I wanted to. You'll notice here I've got one of our beautiful coreWear pens. So everyone, by the way, this pen actually lights up. Again, I know I'm not in the best of focus, but if you want one of these pens, let us know, because we'll send it to you. It acts as a stylus and it's a pen. So let me go ahead and sign this, and I'll go to the next step. All right. So once I sign it, it's asking me whether or not I want to tip. Now, tips, of course, are optional. You don't even have to show the screen. But maybe you're at a cafe and you want to ask someone if they want to tip. So we can just choose a tip amount. And at this point, it's asking me for a payment. Now, again, I can use a standard credit card, or in this case, I'm going to use my handy little phone. And boom, it's already approved, Joel.
Okay, that's lightning fast.
That is lightning fast.
Lightning
now,
fast.
At this point, it is actually asking me for just a survey question, right? So it's going to ask me, how was my experience? How would I rate this particular experience at the establishment that I'm at? I'm going to say it's a 5. You know, I really, would I shop here again? I'll say yes. So this is showing me how these surveys work. And at this point, it thanks. It just shows the thank you message. And this is basically the transaction is now complete. Now, what we could have done too, which is one of the new features, is at this point, if you've got a loyalty program, Joel, in your store, you can actually ask the customer whether they want to join the loyalty program. And that's a really great feature, because you can ask them for their name. Now, on this little device, it's not that practical. There is an on-screen keyboard, but it's really small. So I don't know if I'd ask them for a name, but I certainly would ask them for a phone number. And with that phone number, Joel, I know you know very well how valuable having someone's phone number is.
Absolutely. Any piece of data you can get on people, it's just another avenue to approach them, you know?
Yeah, and how would you approach them, Joel? What do you do with that data? How can we help our customers if they do collect that information?
Well, I think we integrate into Twilio, so that's a text service. So if you had somebody that gave you their phone number, depending on how they answered on your survey or whatever, you could probably target them with some sort of a advertisement or an offer, correct?
That's absolutely correct. And not only that, one of the exciting releases that we're doing, and we can post the link to the video, is we've got our new marketing platform. And you can use that marketing platform to actually post, market, and text and email any customer that you have, or any potential customer that you have that information for.
And that is Corilla.
That is Corilla, the MailChimp killer.
Yeah. So I don't know if you were going to say anything else, but I every time we talk about this stuff, I want to point out, I want to reiterate, when you purchase a service or a solution from a company and all you get is the service or solution, you're probably getting shortchanged. what we're offering you, whether it be with Gorilla or one of these terminals, you're basically hiring an extra employee, because once everything gets up and running with Gorilla, you've got your list segmented properly. You've got Twilio, sending out text through Gorilla based upon how people, interact with you on these terminals or your emails or whatever. You're basically growing these solutions and services into employees. So these terminals, they're going to be able to tell your customers things that you may forget. You may forget to ask them, "Hey, do we have your email address?" And if I'm not mistaken, Ezra, obviously our services are talking to each other. So if the credit card terminal knows that the customer that we're dealing with at the time, we don't have their email address, can't we prompt them to give it to us?
We can, and especially on the Clear 8500, which maybe you can flash up a link to that and show the picture. It's a nice big screen that you can collect that information, or you certainly can collect it right on your point of sale station. You can add that customer information in. So it's up to you on whether you're having your customer enter the information or you're entering the information, but you can definitely prompt them for that information, and those prompts can show up right here.
Yeah, that's awesome, because you're not going to remember if you've got 5 people deep on your registers, you're not going to remember, oh, do I need to get their email address, or do I have their contact information, or anything like that. So why not have these devices or our solutions helping you, prompting you to remember, hey, we need your email address or whatnot. So this is a really powerful thing.
Yeah, it really is. I'm extremely excited how all of these different services, hardware products, all of those are really coming together, and we're creating solutions that go far beyond just transacting a single transaction. And while you were talking, I set up another sale transaction. I just wanted to go through these prompts real quick one more time. I'm going to use my phone again to actually process the payment. Again, these are the fastest terminals that I've ever experienced. It's remarkable as far as how fast they are. So I'll go ahead and do my survey, and I would chop here again. And I was hoping it would actually prompt me. Yes, it does. So look at this prompt. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that prompt. Can you read that,
I cannot read
Joel?
it. It's
You
probably going
can't
to come.
read it,
It's
but
probably going to come in
I
really
think our
clear, but
audience will be able to.
yeah, they
I
will.
think it will, because I lower the contrast, which is good. So it says, do you want to join our loyalty program? Right? I didn't have our loyalty program set up. That's a tip for our existing users. Make sure you turn on the loyalty program, because if I say yes, look what it prompts me for. It is actually prompting me for the phone number, right? So I set it up to only prompt for phone number, and that way I can start texting these customers. Again, whether you're using coreLA or you want to use just the coreSTORE directly, you can actually text them, and I'm going to hold that steady, and then I'm just going to hit OK, and that's it. So this customer has now joined our loyalty program, and the next time that this customer comes in, we can actually display how many points they have, right? So it becomes this tool that's not only beneficial for you, but it's also a beneficial tool for your customer. A lot of people try to look over the counter, right? Because they want to make sure that everything that's being rung up has the right price. So these terminals take care of all of that, and they're fully integrated. Again, I'm not trying to use the press to influence your decisions, but I highly recommend contacting us if you are using a PAX device. I highly recommend that you contact us if you're using what I call a dumb terminal from any number of terminal manufacturers. I can go down the list, but I won't. But basically, most terminals, they're dumb terminals. It's time to stop using dumb terminals.
Hey,
Do you
Ezra,
agree, Joel?
I do. There are those letters next to the numbers?
There are, and in theory, you can use those to, if you click
Right.
twice, it will start giving you the letters. I haven't had a great experience with it. Again, this will show a small on-screen keyboard. At the end of the day, Joel, I think it's just a decision for the retailer to see if it makes sense to ask for text input on the smaller device.
Yeah,
Again,
makes
this
sense.
8500, there's no issue. But these are things, we'll share as we have more of these out running. We've already processed tens of thousands of transactions on our new terminal, or terminals, I should say. We've got quite a few of them out. If you, let's put a link to our latest video that we did on site at the powder room in Panama City, or Panama Beach City, Panama City Beach.
Panama City. I had the same issue every time I said it, but it's PCB. Panama City Beach.
PCB. The only reason I think I'm having trouble is because I watched the video, Joel, and I think you confused the heck out of me. Just being honest here.
We'll link to that video as well.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely need to. Now again, the neat thing with these two things together is I can go to a trade show. I can have a food truck. And everything you need is running right here. But what you also need is something to actually run the point of sale. And that's what I want to show you next. I always have some cool gadgets, Joel, and I think you're going to like this one. So look at this. Look how compact
Can you zoom out?
I can definitely zoom out. Let me.
There we go. Get that 40,000
foot
view. Perfect.
Yeah. So this just packs right in your suitcase, or if you've got a backpack. And the beauty is look at this. It opens up. This is a heavy metal. It's called MagFit. We can put a link to it. I got it right on Amazon, MagFit. If you have an iPad, again, we like iPads. We like Samsung tablets. We like Lenovo tablets. At the end of the day, it's a personal preference. Everything has pros and cons, right? So I've got here a beautiful 12.9 inch, and I should really wipe it off, but I've got a 12.9 inch iPad here with lots of fingerprints. But this thing is just a gorgeous, gorgeous tablet. The screen resolution, everything about it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you can see that through the camera lens. And basically, what this does is it can act as your point of sale system, right? So if you're an Apple fan, the beauty of the new Apple tablets is on the back, they have something called MagSafe. It's basically a magnet, and I can literally just drop that right here, and it's solid. I mean, it's I don't have to worry about it. With this, I can actually turn it so that it can go vertical, or it can go horizontal, Joel. And this is running our iPad app, right? So again, we should put a link to our app. This is the coreSTORE app running natively. Now, one of the things with our point of sale, if you're a cafe or just a retailer that's selling just a small number of goods and you're not interested in collecting customer information, you can just use this tablet. You can even use the on-screen keyboard. But for a lot of our retailers, they've got a lot of typing to do, right? Whether you're searching for items or you're adding customer information manually. So look at this little thing. What do you think this is, Joel?
Looks like a little, you're transforming it.
I'm transforming it.
I saw keys and a trackpad.
And a trackpad, Joel. So this is an amazing, I mean, look at this. Look how small it is. It's basically the size of the palm of my hand. It, again, very compact, but opens up to a really nice, comfortable keyboard, which actually has some nice feedback to it. Again, we can post the link to this keyboard in the video, and this is a nice, elegant setup right here, right? So again, I can actually start typing in. I can type. I can actually use the trackpad, right? So you'll see here, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but I can actually, it shows me exactly where my little mouse is. And again, the iPad, one of the recent updates, I don't know if it's very recent, but basically they gave you the ability to use a mouse or a trackpad. So I can just use my mouse and select some items, and it works beautifully. And
that looks like what an iMac should have been. Obviously, it needs to be a little bigger, but that right there looks like a little mini iMac.
It really is a mini. I mean,
Perfect.
this screen is, I think, 12.9 inches, so nearly 13 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it is a bit expensive, but just a little tip. I actually bought this reconditioned or refurbished, however you want to call it, right from Amazon. I think these sell for around $1,000. I paid a little less than 700, and it's in perfect condition. So again, for the point of sale, you don't need something this powerful, but if you're on the road, you could use this for your own consumption as well, right? So it's not just a single purpose device. You can use it for other tasks. Our point of sale is pretty light, so it doesn't need a really hefty tablet. Now, keep in mind, if you're like me, you want to carry as little as possible, which these days I seem to be lugging around more and more equipment. But keep in mind that you can run coreSTORE on your phone, and specifically for me, I've got a pretty cool setup. So over here, this is my phone. And what amazes me is a lot of people have not seen this phone, even though it's advertised all over. So again, this turns into a tablet. And this can literally be your point of sale station. You've got your payment device right here. You can get different mounts. You can, attach this. You can keep it in your pocket, whatever makes sense. But I'll show you right here that I've got coreSTORE pulled up. So right over here is our coreSTORE, and again, I can just start a sale. So I've got a little tablet here that really allows me to work directly. Again, it's since this is connected independently to the internet. I've got my point of sale device right here in my hand. So again, our software can run pretty much on any device. This is an Android device, and it's running our Android app. We'll make sure to include links to our Android app and to our iOS app, and it looks like my screen timed out here. But basically, we'll make sure to include the links for both of those. So I think everyone will be interested in seeing those links. So it's really cool. I think, from a hardware standpoint, all of the flexibility. I keep looking for, what makes sense from a mounting standpoint, what makes sense from a tablet standpoint. And, really at the end of the day, you can't really go wrong. So you just need to choose whatever works best for you. So again, this just comes right off or tacks right back on. It's all magnets, so it's really convenient from a travel standpoint. Any questions that you have, Joel, for me on this hardware setup?
Not on the hardware setup, but I do have a question on. I'm trying to make it make sense in my head. So these surveys that people can put on these terminals, obviously that data is going somewhere. Is that data going into coreSTORE, like the answers to the survey or whatnot? Will they be able to access it through coreSTORE?
So they will be able to access those through coreSTORE. And the nice thing, too, is within coreSTORE, I think we showed this in another video, but we actually have the entire gateway functionality. What a lot of merchants are used to doing is going to a different website to see their actual transactions and to look at the gateway information. All of that is built right into coreSTORE these days. So you'll be able to manage everything from what banners are playing on your terminal. You'll be able to upload a video, and you'll be able to look at your survey questions, and then you'll be able to report on that data so you can take action. Because at the end of the day, gathering information is not really the end goal. It's acting on information. How do you act on information is by looking at that data in various different ways and being able to report on that data and ultimately export that data. So all of that's being built into the coreSTORE system.
Yeah, and this gives you guys an excuse, to tell your significant other, guys, I need this for my job. I need this Samsung Flip, or what do you call your phone, Ezra?
So this is a Samsung Fold.
Yeah.
And again, the idea is if you are just trying to be as compact and minimalistic as possible, and you happen to be going to a trade show, which I'm going to a trade show, on Thursday, we're actually going to the CBD show in Chicago. So if you happen to be in the Chicago area and you want to come visit us, it's at the McCormick Convention Center, and I'll be at the booth. If you look for us, I'll be. You won't see us listed as Coreware. We're with one of our processing partners, Priority Payments. We're excited to be there, so look for the Priority Payment booth and come say hi. If you come say hi, we'll make sure to give you some goodies.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll send me a message to send them some Corfine and a mug of one of our.
Yeah, and I think I need some Corfine, Joel, because I went off on a tangent. What was I originally answering you when I went off on my
That.
trade show? Oh, so we were talking about if I was going to a trade show and I just wanted a small, I'd get just a small little tablet to carry with me, or I'd use my phone. And again, as you get older in age, the bigger screens are a little easier. So I love having the ability to just fold this open and run the application. It just makes it really easy on the eyes. Again, I'm a big fan of this phone, huge fan. We can do a separate episode on this phone and why I think that Apple could potentially learn a couple lessons from the Samsung Fold. So it's an actual very functional. It replaces a tablet, right? So you've got your phone, so I still have this front-facing screen, right? I still have the screen available to me, but then I can open it up to full tablet mode, and that's just massively helpful. It's awesome for business professionals, and again, the whole concept is carry less devices.
Yeah, there's no excuse why anyone can't just open up your backpack or your bag and just you're setting up business wherever you are these days. Everything's so small and compact.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is phenomenal. Everything is compact, but then again, we've got full point of sale stations. And next time, one of our next videos, I'm going to show you an awesome setup for a point of sale system that we have found that we're now going to be reselling, and it's a beautiful system, and it can run Windows or Android. It looks great on the desk. It's priced in a very fair price. I don't want to say cheap because it's not, but it's also a beautiful looking device, and we can flash up a picture of the setup that I set up today, Joel. I shared a picture earlier internally that you can share. And that will show the actual setup, and maybe next time we can talk about that whole point of sale system. It's an all-in-one system. So again, it's a really nice system, and we're just starting to deploy those. So what's interesting is from a company standpoint, we started as a software company and now we're evolving, right? We're evolving to provide complete solutions for retailers and complete services to retailers. So everything from financial services, marketing services, hardware, software, professional services in terms of assistance with installation. If you need training, obviously we are very, very big on training our customers, and there's unlimited training that's available to you. But at the end of the day, we want to really be a company that helps retailers grow, and that's why our mission is our mission statement is to help small business survive and thrive. And that is true to our core, pardon the pun. That's how we operate. It's not about profit. Profit will come as a result of us being successful. And, I think what's lost in corporate America is the fact that there's a difference between profitability and greed. And greed is evil.
Greed is evil.
And I don't care what side of the fence you sit on politically as a company. I don't care, what you prescribe to. No matter what, greed is evil. And if you operate based on a mission of trying to help a consumer, trying to help a business, you can gain profitability, right? And right now, we just keep growing our company, Joel. As you know, there's new employees every week. We're building a foundation. And someone asked me today, Ezra, are you making money? And my answer was no, we're spending money, right? We're spending money to build a foundation to provide the best solutions, the best service, and really the best experience for retailers, and profitability will come out of that. But it's not by price gouging. It's not by having a lot of cloak and dagger techniques of trying to impress customers with mysteries. We're all about transparency, clarity, openness, and really that's what's going to make us successful long term.
Yeah, we are building a relationship with you as a customer. We're not, and honestly, I don't think internally we like the name customer. It's because it seems impersonal, but we're building a relationship. So, there could be ups and downs. There's ups and downs in relationships. You just learn, you communicate, and you grow together. And I think that's what our goal is.
Yeah, we're far from perfect, Joel.
Right.
I mean, we've got plenty of issues, just like every company out there, but we're very good at trying to address those issues, and we're very transparent about our issues. So the goal is to have the best products, and sometimes to get to that point, you you run through bumps in the road, right?
Oh, you
You add a
absolutely do.
function that maybe breaks something by accident.
Right.
So um,
Yeah, we're seeing. Hey, we're seeing that over the past few months. We're seeing. Do you want some truthfulness, or do you want somebody to tell you what you want to hear? And I think we I think we just want the truth. So that's the kind of company CoreWare is. We're not gonna fluff anything. We're just gonna give it to you straight. But we're here. I mean, we want to grow with you. So yeah.
So speaking of giving it straight, I'm just going to remind everyone, get rid of your PAX terminals ASAP. Contact us. There's other devices out there, and I'm not just touting ours. There's other dumb terminals out there, right? We're the only smart terminal that I'm familiar with. There are other dumb terminals out there that will do the job, and you can call your processing provider if you use someone else, and they will help you. But get rid of those PAX devices. I don't see I don't see any way this company is going to survive this. It's not rumors, it's fact. And I think most of our customers, luckily, don't run PAX. They run Deja Vu terminals. Deja Vu terminals are manufactured by Castle. I believe Castle is a U.S. company, but I don't know the detail, Joel. So I think it's imperative for retailers to become a lot smarter about the supply chain, right? Where is everything coming from? Where is your data sitting? Who's protecting you, right? At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're protected and your business is protected. And I think that's going to become more and more important as we keep discovering some of the really wrongful activities being conducted by specifically China. And, there's just bad actors out there. And unfortunately, that's something that you need to start looking at. But get rid of your PAX devices now. If you're watching this video, get rid of your PAX devices. Replace them with something else. And again, there's other manufacturers out there. We happen to like our terminals a whole lot more than the rest of them. But we'll post a video about our philosophy on dumb terminals and why you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a terminal that simply takes a payment. You want it to be more of a tool that helps your customers out, right? And provides more information and lets you interact with your customer. And that's what we achieve with our terminals.
Absolutely. In that story of 60 million point of sale terminals in use throughout 120 countries. So there's a lot of PAX out there that, and you're not protecting just yourself and your business. Obviously, you're protecting your business, but that's your customers as well, because I think that's where all the, that's what they were targeting, were those customers that were using those dumb terminals.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's really scary. Obviously, there's been a lot of breaches, especially lately, and various malware and ransomware. So again, it's something that you've got to start paying attention to and looking at your supply chain as far as where everything is coming from.
Yeah, it is a nonstop battle. bad people will continue to do bad things. So, and not saying we're perfect. I mean, we're all on this field together. So, I want to make that clear as well, because who knows if a nation state turned their attention towards coreware, we could you know so
Hey, don't spread that
well, I'm
around.
just saying, you don't want to.
This is not. Hold on. Let me put our disclaimer. This is not an invitation for anyone to to go after coreware.
No, don't go after coreware. We're all, it really is a nonstop battle, though, because bad people will continue to do bad things, and both sides just continue to evolve, and it's a never-ending battle. But I don't think we've had any issues like that, thank God. I think everything's pretty smooth on that front. And with all this new hardware and Gorilla, I think this is going to be an epic year coming up.
I know it's after midnight and we just keep droning on, but I think this was a really important episode, or whatever you want to call it. I think bringing awareness to what's going on is important, Joel. I think we need to really blast this news out to our small world that we can blast information to, because not everyone stays on top of the news, and this news article was not necessarily front page. So I think it's important just to raise the awareness and make sure that people know what's going on.
Absolutely, we will. If you are going to have a what's new here pretty soon.
So, it's going to be a race between you and I, as far as if I get my what's new done faster than you get this video out. So I don't know if by the time that this video is, the what's new is already old news, and it's not what's new, but what was new. And
that was really good. What was new?
So we'll see. But yeah, we have a really exciting update coming up. We've got interface changes. We've got the announcement on, we mentioned Gorilla and the integration. We've got some updates to our work order system. We've got updates to, if you're a gun store and you're running our bound book, we've got some updates there. So a lot of different updates, some of them small, some of them large. All of them, to me, are very exciting. We are getting on a cadence of every 2 weeks. We will have a release for coreSTORE. There is also a what's new that's already published for coreForce, which we haven't done in a while. And out of the Three Musketeers, one is missing. So that one that's missing tonight, I think he worked really hard on getting this latest what's new done, because it's been a while and there's a lot of information. We've released a new checkout and various other features in coreForce, and coreForce is our enterprise e-commerce solution. If you want information on it, just contact our sales team, and we can get you information on that product. So all of you who are new to coreware, we've got a family of products and solutions for you. You can contact our sales department to learn more. If you're just looking for a payment terminal, we can help you there. You don't have to run any of our products. You can just run our payment terminals. So I'm pretty excited about all of the new and exciting news that's coming up.
Yeah, our next one's probably going to be a couple of nuggets from the what's new, or what was new.
Exactly.
Hey, so thank you so much, Ezra, for taking out the time to notify everyone. I guess I'll just title this a breaking news alert. It's not really a coreCAST. It's more of we're kind of educating our client base. So
yeah, it is. I mean, we were going to do a small cast, Joel, on these 6200s, because we finally have these in stock. We don't have many in stock. Again, there's supply chain issues all over the world, but we do have some of these in stock. We do have some of the 8500s in stock. Again, I think they're going to go pretty fast, especially our priority is for customers that we supply the PAX device to. Again, there's not many out there, but there's a few. Those will go right to the front of the line, but if you happen to have purchased a PAX device from another provider, we can still help you. Just contact our sales department. Joel will put our phone number and the sales email address in this video so you can reach us directly, and we actually do pick up the phones, and we'll be glad to talk to you.
Yeah, be sure you look at the description, because I'm going to link everything that we talked about in this video there, and everything else that I think you'll need to know as well. So always read those descriptions, because we have some nice links in there.
That's fantastic. Joel, that was a really good episode. Thanks for staying up with me. I know you're at least an hour behind me, which is good. You're in Central Time. I'm on Eastern Time. I happen to be in New Hampshire at the moment. But yeah, it's still late for you. It's late for me. At this point, it's 1 a.m, midnight by you. I think this coreCAST or breaking news coreCAST is I think we're good to wrap it up.
Awesome. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.
Thank you, everyone. See you next time.